Kia ora, this is Gecko Mayhem. This is a TBC Classic video. I'm going to be taking my rogue into the Steamvault to mine some ore. Now I'm after fel iron ore at the moment, and this is the best dungeon to hop into to grab some fel iron. There's lots of adamantite as well. So let's get going. So here we are in the Steamvault, and I'm just going to run through and show you what I do when I mine ore in here. So stealth at about that point. Make sure you use distract on these guards. Slide smoothly past them. If anybody's stealthed a dungeon before, they know pretty much how to stay behind mobs and out of range of mobs. One thing that you will find is that despite sliding and gliding past them, they do sometimes turn towards you. But it's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, I can see two nodes on the minimap here, and I'm heading towards this adamantite vein here. So wait till it's clear. Just like any instance, nodes can spawn in a number of places, and because I'm going to do 5 runs, the full number of runs within an hour, I'll point out the different places of the nodes where to expect to find them. Now my primary reason for being in here is to grab fel iron ore, but there is a lot of adamantite ore as well. So basically there are 2 fel iron nodes like this one here, which I can't get because it's too close to that coil fang warrior. 2 fel iron nodes and 2 adamantite nodes, and the adamantites spawn have a chance a little mistake there, falling into the water. The adamantite nodes have a chance to spawn a corium vein. Pretty small chance, but occasionally you will come across corium in here, which is very cool. So pop your water walking elixir, obviously. No, I didn't say it when I did it, but I opened my inventory, popped a water walking elixir, and then sprint to get that first little burst. And you can see another node there on the minimap, and just run across the water. And if you pop a noggin fogger elixir and it shrinks you, it feels like you're running very fast, when in fact you're not. So here we go. I'm going to stealth here, slip past these coil fang slave masters, and basically make your way around. And fortunately there's a node right here, which is very easy to grab. So just grab that one. You're not going to aggro anything. I will point out later possibly 2 places where you can't get them because of aggro. Now, since making this video and since doing these runs, I've actually taken to distracting those lepanomes, because occasionally they will suddenly turn towards you and see through your stealth because they're too close, and then you have to vanish. So the advantage of doing this on a rogue is that if you do make a mistake, you can just vanish. So there we go. Now because I grabbed the adamantite one just before crossing that bridge there, and I came and got this fel iron around at the end there, those are the 2 nodes on this side of the dungeon. So if that's the case, if you've grabbed both, you can just drop straight down into this canal here and run along on the water. Now if you push it and you get a bit of luck, you can do 2 full clears on 1 water walking elixir. Unfortunately that's not always the case. So you're basically running across the water to get back, and my goal here is to get out of the instance, reset, and go again as many times as you can within the hour to try and get as much ore as you can. So this is where you stealth to get past this group. And I'm going to attempt to grab this node, because up till this point I hadn't tried it. So I wait till the Coilfang Warrior pats back, and I start to get it. And this is where I realized that it was just too close to that group. You can't re-stealth in time. So I immediately vanish, because otherwise if I take a hit, I lose the 7 minutes that are left on my water walking elixir. Alright, so just smoothly move your way around here. Don't use distract, because you're going to use it very soon. So make your way past these again, avoiding the patrols. And slide behind these ones. One thing to note on distract, which if you've played a rogue all the way to level 70, you'll know that it can occasionally be resisted. So if distract is resisted on these guards here, or on at least the guard that you are going to sneak behind, don't try to sneak behind it, because it will aggro. So if your distract is resisted, just go behind the other one, or potentially sap him, because they are humanoids. Alright, I was just responding to somebody in guild, and reset the instance, hop back in, and what you're trying to do is get through your second run as quickly as you can, because of the timer on the water walking elixir. So here we go, distract again. I stealthed at that same point. Distract those guards, move your way around smoothly, sneak behind this, patrol here. Keep an eye on the water elementals that are patrolling from the left there. And you can see on the minimap that there is a node to the north. You can't get that one. That's one of the spawn points that is quite unfortunate, because you can't get that node. It's like this one here. So this is not a great reset. You can't get that fel iron there, and you can't get the adamantite to the north when you enter, because you would aggro the bog giants, or whatever they're called, the greater bog lord giants. They can see through stealth, and I found that out the hard way. I sort of knew that they could see through stealth, but I wasn't being cautious, and I got a bit too close, and despite vanishing, they crushed me, and I learnt my lesson. So that particular spawn point is basically out of bounds, but you still get two, even if you can't get either at the start or on that side of the instance. Once you hop down here, run across the water, and get to this other half, you can always get these nodes. Sneaking behind these ones. So on this reset, there isn't a node right here, just to the left coming out of the tunnel. But we can see that there is one fel iron node to the north there. So once I sneak past these lepinomes, which, oh, that guy looked at me, I really should have used distract, and I did learn after recording these videos to use distract on them. So pop out of stealth, because you're trying to maximize your time here. Only use stealth as much as you need to. Yeah, a paladin in our guild was testing this polearm. Now the chance on hit's pretty low, unfortunately, but it's just a wee bit of fun if you're doing low level instances and it has a chance to put a flame shield on you, and it scales with spell power. So if you're a stacked paladin and it procs, things that are hitting you are just going to kill themselves. So here I'm sneaking between the lepinomes, and I know that there is an adamantite node to the south there. That boss can see through stealth, as you can see with the little icon above his head. It can see through stealth, but you can kind of get within a few meters of it. I would probably try to stay 10 to 15 meters from it at least. So grab this node. There are other spawn points around here. I can't remember with the various resets whether there was the trickiest spawn point here, but we'll see coming up. So 2 minutes left on the water walking elixir, which is about what you want. You want at least a minute, if not more, to be able to hop down into the water here and make your way back. At the time of recording this voiceover, I'm not sure if I will cover guild chat or not. I guess it's interesting for people to see other guild chats. So yeah, it's just a matter of hopping down to the water, running over to that side, sneak your way around, grab the nodes, hop back down into the water, and hope that you have enough time on your elixir to get 2 full runs. And this time I did. But there have definitely been times, especially when you stop to grab nodes on this side, it takes extra time, and if you have to do extra sneaking around, a lot more slow moving, you can run out of time on the elixir and you just have to pop another one. So don't expect to always get 2 runs on 1 elixir. But here we go. Unfortunate seeing those 2 spawn points that I just can't go and mine without aggroing. So behind this patrol, distract, safe to do so, step on his tail, wait till you get to here and unstealth. So it's about halfway up the steps and you won't aggro them. So that was run number 2. Reset. Hop back in for run number 3. Fingers crossed that you'll get some good spawn points. So get running. I stealth once I hit just before the edge of the shadow of the steps. Pop distract, hope that it doesn't resist. And same thing, this patrol will always come along like that, as long as you don't stop and chat to people as you enter the instance. And the water elemental patrol is fine. You can go between these groups, obviously, done it twice already. And it looks like we have that fell iron ore in the wrong place again, but you get this adamantite one. Watch out for that guy. He turned towards me. So it is absolutely safe to get this, as you saw from the first run. That giant won't aggro. Well worth grabbing this if it spawns here. They do spawn in other places. They don't just spawn here to the north where you can't get it, and that fell iron ore, which is stubbornly spawning in the wrong place. I could probably, now that I think about it in retrospect, when that Coil Fang warrior patrols back, I could distract it, and then I could pop out of stealth and mine that particular node. I think I'll try that. So there we go, new water walking elixir. Sprinting to try and maximize your time through the tunnel for the 3rd time. I'll probably pop a Noggin Fogger elixir here. Gotta love the Skelly as a rogue. Skeleton with swords. It's quite a cool aesthetic. I can see 2 nodes on the map. They're both across the other side. I think. Or is that one here? Fortunately, it looks like that one is right there. Yep, and then the other one is on the other side of the bridge. So easily done, grabbing this one here. It's in a really fortuitous place actually. Re-stealth. Across the bridge. Watch out for those leopard-gnomes. Just use distract. I slipped off there once. It's not worth taking the risk and having to stop when they look at you, and then yeah, just use distract. You can unstealth about here, and I didn't. I was being very cautious. So this is another place where fel iron spawns. It's a good place because you can just grab it and then dash for the water. One thing to note also, which people should already know, but stealth has a 10-second cooldown, and if you tap a node twice, that's only, I think it's 7 seconds to tap it twice. If it's only got 2, then your stealth won't be up. So if you're in a place where you're near a group or a patrol and you break out of stealth and you start tapping away and it's only 2 taps, and then you try to run expecting to stealth, I've almost done that a couple of times. Wait for stealth to be back up. Yeah, in guild chat we we're actually talking about this particular run, but I was talking to our paladin about strat runs because at the moment Blizzard has been clamping down on paladins running Strathon, and apparently they've been bringing down the banhammer on completely innocent people farming strat, and so there's a little bit of trepidation or fear because there's not a lot of communication. This is a bit scary here. They turned to me and he turned to me. That was a very narrow gap to sneak through. Might not be worth risking that. If you're a druid, don't do that. As a rogue, Vanish is available. So with the bans on paladins running Strathon, it just seems to be a bit ad hoc and without communication about why. People are treading very carefully. Dance break. That's going to come back to haunt me at the end of the next run. Spoiler alert. Reset number 3, run number 4. In we go. Let's hope for good node spawn points. Same thing, run down the stairs, pop stealth, distract, glide silently behind the Coilfang warrior, smoothly stealth behind this patrol. You'll be getting good at it by now. That node placement is good. It's in a safe spot. You just have to patiently stealth your way around. Don't get too close to this group. Wait a moment. Sneak your way through. And free ore. Since I can't see another node on the map, I know that the fel iron one here is in a good spot. And you'll see it shortly. It's a good spawn spot, but it does take a little bit of waiting because of the patrol on the slope between the boss and the bottom of the slope, it's actually safest to wait for that patrol to come back down before you pop out of stealth. So this wall protects you from line of sight from that particular group, so you're not going to aggro the group to the right, but it is safest to wait until this patrol starts moving away. I haven't tested the exact distance, but I err on the side of caution. Wait till it's about there. Tap away. And this is where a couple of times I've only got 2 from this node, and then I've started to run forward and hit stealth, and it's still on cooldown, and almost run out from behind the wall. But so far, I haven't made that mistake. So here we go, 4 minutes left on the water walking elixir. It's just ticked to 3, which is not great. Even sprinting, trying to make up lost time. Once you get to the other side, depending on where the nodes are, it can take too long to stealth, unstealth, stealth, unstealth, and move around between the mobs and the boss, and grab those nodes. You could swim if you really were so inclined, but I sometimes get stuck there. But it would take so long, and water walking elixirs, at least on Remulus, are about a gold. I think I picked up a few for 85 to 95 silver. You do get them from the fishing dailies, but just not enough. And this is in a good spot. So far so good in terms of time, but my elixir is now at 2 minutes. I suspect I know where the last node is, because I can't see it on the map. It will be in the most annoying place. There are 2 ways you can get there. You could go to the right. Actually, it's not where I thought it was. It can actually be on the other side of that small hill directly in front of me. This particular node here is good. You can unstealth, you can run straight at it. You're not going to aggro the boss. Just grab it. But sometimes there is one that spawns around the other side of this hill in front of me, and you have to actually get around past the boss. I haven't tried it out of stealth, even though he can see through stealth. So here I'm at 30 seconds on the elixir, which is not what you want. It's cutting it very close. It definitely takes more than 30 seconds. It's definitely going to run out. And there we go. Now you're swimming. You could pop a new one, but it's so close to the end. Yep. So there we have it. Perhaps had I not stopped to jump around, it wouldn't have run out, but it did, and it's just a wee bit of swimming. At least I'm wearing leather armor, right? Helps you float a bit more. Especially those shoulder pads, my gosh. Can't wait to replace those. And stealthy furbolg. It always feels like you're moving slower as a furbolg. Same thing, making your way out. Watch the water elemental patrols, watch the mobs on either side. Smoothly. Just be confident. Just confidently sneak around without stopping. Distraction. No resistance. Yes, resistance on the other one, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to see you. And pop out of stealth. And here we go. Reset number 4 for the final run before you can run no more dungeons. Same thing. Stealth, distract, delayed animation, auto walking, auto sneaking, step on their tails. It feels like that patrol is closer than usual, which is strange, but confidently move around, things look at you, but it doesn't matter. And you can see that there's a node to the north, and that's one of the nodes that you can't get. But like I said before, the one that spawns just to my left here as I'm going past, I think I can get that. If I use distract, I should be able to get that. And if not, you've always got vanish. Unless you're a druid. But this is pretty much all of the spawn points, except for the other northern one when you enter. So sometimes where that north node was, that north spawn point, there's another one right nearby. You can't get either because of the bog lords. So it really sucks if you get a particular instance that has them there. So here we go, I'm about to tap this one. It's kind of weird not seeing the animation. So you grab this. Stealth's back up. Alright, off we go. Ready to pop that water walking elixir and then sprint. Drink it. And away we go. Last run for the hour. What are we, 28 minutes in, I think. Something like that. I will cut a little bit at the start so that it smoothly enters, but it's probably close to 32 minutes in total. And the tiny little rogue sprinting across the water reminds me of the glyph from Wrath of the Lich King. That, I think it was a minor glyph. It allowed you to walk on water if you were sprinting. So you'd hit sprint, and for those, however long it is, 12 to 15 seconds, you could cross water. Yeah, be liberal with your distract. Don't risk getting past these leper gnomes. So both nodes are over this side, and that westernmost one is the one that's behind the hill. So easily get to this one. You can unstealth here. You can grab it, and then I just err on the side of caution. So to go get that other one, once I grab this, I do re-stealth, just so I don't pull the ads that are standing by the boss more than anything. It takes a few more seconds, but you can get around here safely. It doesn't aggro the boss. And then you can unstealth here, which I should have done, yep. and then I'm actually going to take a different route. Either way is probably about the same. If you go back the way you came, you can absolutely slide around again, back around that hill, and then circle around the boss and make a beeline for the water. But stealth here, because of these coil fang leppers, you can go this way as well. Now, I don't know if you noticed in chat earlier, I said why I was running Steamvault for fell iron ore, and it's to level my engineering. It uses a lot of fell iron ore. I think it's 180 bars or something. That's significant. It might be over 200 bars. Yeah, I think you're looking at 400 to 500 fell iron ore, because it's 2 ore per bar. And here I'm just having a bit of fun with the camera. Turn off my UI. A little bit of a showcase here. Tiny little rogue man running along near the end of his journey. So I'm leveling engineering, need a lot of ore, and just about every time I go in there and I see that moat, I don't know if it's a gaseous cloud of air or water or what, it's probably water, a water cloud, which would be steam, and this is called the Steamvault. I don't have a zap throttle moat extractor yet. At the time of making this video, I don't have the zap throttle moat extractor. You need 305 engineering. You do a quest that you pick up in Telrador. You zip out to the Dead Marsh and grab 15 steam something parts. Here we go. No resists. I was going to say steampunk parts, but that doesn't sound right, does it? Steam engine parts or something, and then you just have to click those 15. You get the zap throttle moat extractor, which every time I see that cloud, there's a bit of lag there. Every time I see that cloud, I wish that I had it. Now I've reset the instance here, but I can't enter because I've done 5. There we go. It's going to pop me back out. All right, and we are done. Let's grow. Thank you for watching.